What's going on, football fans? This is what a lot of you have been waiting for, and I know this is probably going to be one of the best matchups of the entire weekend. Week 1 of the NFL is officially underway. I don't have an applause button on StreamYard, but I'm going to make my own on my shoulder chest area right here, my minor pectoral. That's right, y'all. Very excited. Week 1 of the NFL is officially underway. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers pulled off quite the victory on Thursday night versus a Cowboys team who is absolutely no joke. Yes, it was a good game, but there was only one winner. And today, these two are going to go at it. And, well, guess what? There's going to be only one winner as well, as we had on Thursday night. Big ups to our boy, Dontarius Locke, by the way. The first ever recorded victory, 1-0 here on the Primetime Face-Offs here on 3 and Out. So, big ups to him. And today, we have two more who are getting ready to rock and roll tonight. My goodness, or today. This morning. So my apologies to everybody who has to wake up at the crack of dawn, like me over here on the West Coast. But, people who are in the Eastern time zone, like Adam over there, who's, probably up and had a breakfast by now and doing his thing. You're saying, so, it's going to fit you guys a little more comfortably. Quick explanation. Yes, this is the only time on Sundays I can really do it. The missus and I, of course, we having church in there, and we've got a whole day of football and sometimes grocery shopping. Don't trip. I got Sunday Ticket on my phone. Sunday Ticket is on my phone, so don't trip. I'm still watching football, though we're walking around, Winco getting our groceries on, getting our grocery shopping on. We still got the football on the phone. I'm just saying. And your boy has the extra battery pack, so we got football. We got football, okay?
My man said he's ready.
So, with that said, y'all, that's just how it goes, and we're really excited for this one here today. So, thank you to everybody tuning in today. I just got to say big ups to our 3 judges before we'll introduce our judges that are listening right now. First judge of the day, we have Mr. Justin Ekstrom, of course. Great guy, longtime iSports Radio listener and fan. The man has been a couple of times in the finals, I believe, or at least the semifinals of the iSports Radio Hall of Fame voting. He's going to be back in there this year, nominated, because I want to see him get in there. Of course, big ups to Mr. Beantown Brandon, of course, newcomer here at iSports Radio, the host of Titletown Sports here on iSports Radio, talking all things Boston sports. And our boy Mike, man, Mr. Mike Pat. He is the founder and the chief executive of the iSports Radio blog. On top of that, he's just an overall great guy. He's the host of the Let's Wine About Sports. It is our DMV / all sports show here at iSports Radio. And he has a little bit of wine. Oh, yeah, he has a little bit of wine while he's enjoying, talking some sports. So great stuff. Tells you all about the wine. Just awesome stuff. And I'll tell you right now, man, just wonderful stuff going on at iSports Radio. And today, we got some more wonderful stuff with these two that are about to get down right now. So it's going to be some good stuff. So let's have some fun real quick, guys, and jump in the chat room. Justin Ekstrom says here, I expect a fair fight. Goes below the belt, and as usual, have fun with it. Let's get on! I love it. Got to get the Mills Lane in there. You have to, guys. So big ups to Mills Lane. So Mike says, I expect an unfair fight. Shots to the groin and kicks to the knee will be given bonus points. Oh my goodness.
Neither of these teams are coached by Dan Campbell, so I don't know about that.
Well, that'd be kneecaps.
Right.
This is going to be some fun, gentlemen. So, yeah, we got Brandon. Let's go. I'm loving it. Got to get your grocery on. Yeah, we'll get it where we get it. But football still going to be a part of it, guys. Go Pats. Well, anyway, next. Good morning. Guess what, guys? Guess what? To this day, it was a fumble. I don't care. It was a fumble. Charles Woodson will tell you himself it was a fumble. Anyway, so good morning to gentlemen. What's right? Finally, football is back. Yes, sir. Our boy Yukio, just for those of you who don't know, the first ever man in the iSports Radio Hall of Fame, inducted 2 years ago, and 3 years now. This man is listening all the way from Japan. So it's 7 a.m. Pacific time for us right now. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time for us right now. And guess what? For him, it's probably like, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably about 11 p.m. Sunday night over there right now. If I'm not mistaken, it might be close to midnight over there right now. Between 10 and midnight, I want to say Sunday. So this man is dedicated. Okay, so with that said, see you. Brandon says, I want to see some fists thrown, fighting for your win. And Michael says it was a fumble. Stop it. Okay, with that said, we're gonna get on to tonight's show, y'all. So here, or today's show. Keep on saying tonight. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time to get down, y'all. Here we go. Primetime face-off number 2 of NFL Week 1. We have the Chicago Bears taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, or today, I gotta stop saying tonight, we have here our first 2 combatants for these 2 teams this season. Introducing, representing the Chicago Bears, all the way from the great state of Illinois. Definitely 100% Bear and nothing else. The man loves defense more than he loves waffles. I'm just saying, I love waffles, but that's saying a lot because waffles are delicious.
100% true.
Welcoming host of Chi-Town Weekly here on IE Sports Radio and COO, one of the COOs of IE Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming Mr. Adam Karnik. What's going on, Adam?
Good morning, Larry. Adrian, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir. We will have some fun this morning. I am not optimistic about the Bears' chances tonight, but there is a path. There is a way for the Bears to win, and we will find it. We will talk about it. We will make sure that it happens. Bear down.
I'm loving it. All righty. There you go. There's our first combatant. And by way of Colorado, repping his Los Angeles Rams, all the way from the Rockies, he stands on top of them every morning and tells everyone how much he loves his Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming for his, second, I want to say second, third, somewhere around there, time back here on 3 and Out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming Mr. Adrian. What's going on, Adrian? How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, Larry, man. How are you? Adam, nice to meet you, brother. Looking forward to the actual showdown tonight. Big stage, bright lights, big city, SoFi Stadium. We're going to welcome it in proper this year with fans. We're going to make sure that our fans get the W, tonight. So, Adam, I know you said bear down, and yeah, you guys are going to be down bad.
Well, I saw in the preseason that the fans already broke in the fighting protocols there at SoFi Stadium. There were some haymakers being thrown in that end zone.
Hey, man, we had to make sure that we got quality seats in there, that, all the materials in there can stand up to, some of our heavy lifters in there. So, it's good to know that SoFi is going to be standing for another 10 years without, a lot of damage, because there's going to be some brawls in there. We're going to have, Raider fans in there. The Renters fans are in there. So it should be a good fight night, if nothing else.
I'll tell you what. What a way to bring in Inglewood to the NFL. Oh man. Well, hey, it is what it is. Lots of great fans in the LA area. I'm a Laker fan myself and a Dodger fan, Angels fan. So I'll tell you right now, great stuff going on over there. And just absolutely funniness when it comes down to just certain things being said, but it's fun to have fun with it and just to just to say it because hey, fans are fans and you gotta love the diehards, except for the ones who fight for no reason. Don't know about that, but the diehards, man, you love that. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's do the dang thing here today. Before we go ahead and get into the face-off here, we have a huge shout out and thank you to our sponsors, of course, the Southern California Warriors. Tough loss last night. Final score, I think, like 30-8. Not a good turnout for us last night. Definitely just a tough go. Faced a very good team. However, we'll be back at it next week. So big ups to the Southern California Warriors for sponsoring IA Sports Radio, semi-pro football team, as well as Background Check International. Mr. Kit Freeman is the man. Check him out at www.bcint.com. Professional background checks, great stuff. If you own a business and you want to background check somebody, it's a great way to go, of course. And we do not condone the legal use of any type of identity fraud or identity theft or anything like that going on with backgrounds. So please don't use it for those horrible things. But of course, Kit will, I believe he goes through a process probably asking questions anyway of why you want background checks. But regardless, great stuff. And make sure to check out Mr. Kit Freeman and Background Check International. So big ups to our sponsors. Let's boogie, y'all. So week 1, the Sunday night football. Chicago Bears take it on the Los Angeles Rams. Let's do it, y'all. Starting things off here. We, of course, will always go away to home. So that'll be the order of the questions. We have 3 rounds tonight, gentlemen, or today. I should be saying this morning. My goodness. I just woke up and it was tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, okay, I'm working. Just started my credential / second master's. Of course, I'm playing ball right now. Working being a sub right now, having fun with all these kids and everything, and working all the time and everything every day. Yeah, and managing the station. I don't know what night, day is, morning anymore. So anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and get down, y'all. Starting off with the away team, the Chicago Bears. Mr. Adam Karnik, who are your X factors for this game here tonight and why?
Got to start defense for the Bears. Khalil Mack. If Khalil Mack can get in and take advantage of, if I understand correctly, Adrian, a little bit of a depleted offensive line of the Rams having some issues with picking out a new center to start for this season. If Khalil Mack can take advantage of that, look out. He could be just as much of a game wrecker as Aaron Donald can for the Rams. On the other side, is somebody else for the Bears going to step up on that pass rush? Robert Quinn last year was supposed to be that guy. He had all of 2 sacks a season ago. That's not going to cut it. Somebody else is going to have to step up. Either it's going to be Quinn getting home, or it's going to be Tevis Gibson, second-year man in that pass rush. Somebody else has got to take advantage of the fact that Khalil Mack's going to be getting lots of attention. Akeem Hicks is going to be getting attention. And then in the secondary for the Bears, Eddie Jackson. He scored the touchdown for the Bears last year, but he hasn't been the Eddie Jackson that we all fell in love with back in 2018. Can he return to form? Can he be the ball hawking center fielder type safety that we all fell in love with back in 2018? If he can, the Bears are familiar with Stafford. Look out. They could generate some takeaways tonight. Those guys are going to be important. On the offense, somebody's got to do it on the offensive line. Somebody's got to block Aaron Donald. I don't envy any of them that job.
Blocking Aaron Donald is probably similar to standing in front of an earth mover and hoping that you don't get pushed backwards. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing more that I can really relate it to. Yeah, it's like putting a car in drive, and just letting it go and then standing in front of it and trying to put your hands on the hood. And I mean, seriously, that's basically what it's like probably. So
I heard on the radio this week a great analogy. It was, okay, if a defensive player has speed, you attack straight at him. That negates his speed. If he has power, you run away from him. That negates his power. Aaron Donald has both. What are you supposed to do?
You could just hand him the football. That would be great.
That might be faster. That might be faster.
Just surrender. That's about it. Good stuff there. All right. So we already have a comment in here. Brandon Lopez, of course. He says, I'm loving Adam's passion. Mike says, there is no stopping Aaron Donald. You can only hope to slow him down. Yeah, the guy's an anomaly. He's one of those generational players that the Rams are very blessed to have. And the guy.
Wait a minute.
Goddamn monster. I mean, seriously, he's a very, very, very. Uh-oh. Well, with that said, I think Adrian's chomping at the bit, ladies and gentlemen. So with that said, let's do this, y'all. Adrian, your turn to speak, brother. Who are your X factors for tonight and why?
I mean, we already kind of talked about him a little bit, right? 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, future first ballot Hall of Famer Aaron Donald, myth, man, legend. He's more of a creature than he is an actual human being. That offensive line for Chicago's got his work cut out tonight, especially, you know, this being the first game. Everybody's still waking up from a long off season. The last thing you want to do is play Aaron Donald late at night. Next X factor that we have on this defense is obviously going to be Jalen Ramsey. Man got paid, and everybody sees why we paid him. You know, whenever you throw in his area, it's always dangerous. I know Bears fans on Twitter, and Adam, I don't know if you were a participant in this, but I know there's a lot of Bears fans on Twitter. The highlight that we had from last year's matchup was Darnell Mooney on an overthrown pass, and that was the only highlight that they had on Jalen Ramsey. So if an overthrown pass is your only highlight for why Jalen Ramsey is garbage, I feel good about that as a Rams fan. And then third X factor on our defense, I'm going to say is going to be the young guy, Jordan Fuller, in his second year. He's wearing the green dot for us, which means that he's earned the trust of Raheem Morris and Sean McVay to be the play caller for that defense. He had a really good rookie season last year. It was, you know, speckled with some injuries, some neck injuries, but we hope that he's back to full strength. But he's a guy that plays with some instincts, another 6th-round pick out of Ohio State, has good instincts, hits really, really hard. So I'm excited to see him out there as a captain on this defense tonight. He's a first-time team captain this year as well. On the offensive side of the ball, X factor has to be Matt Stafford, right? Like, we went and we gave up all this collateral for him to get Jared Goff up out of here. And, you know, we won a matchup against the Bears with Jared Goff. We've lost a matchup to the Bears with Jared Goff. So Matt Stafford, who has intimate knowledge of the Bears, you would hope that provides an advantage for us. So he has to be a big factor for us. And then another X factor that I'm going to go with tonight is going to be Desean Jackson. Yes, we know that he has had some injury issues or just issues staying on the field. But, man, I'm looking at him in preseason, I'm watching all the footage of him, he can still flat out sprint, man. And if he gets behind that defense, that could be some problems for the Bears tonight, especially with a quarterback that is not afraid to throw the ball further than 5 yards. So as a Rams fan, I'm excited, man, because we're going to see vertical football in LA for the first time probably since 2018.
Now that's saying something, man. I'm loving it. You guys definitely have great X factors. Great. This is an amazing matchup. The Jugs are already we're already getting the DM group going on, and I'm loving it because they are definitely saying, you guys, this is going to be a tough one. And I'm loving it because you're absolutely right. Both sides, you guys have amazing X factors. Khalil Mack is somebody that I admire very much.
Yeah, thanks. I heard you guys tried to get him back.
Yeah, something like that. It's okay, Larry. If it's any consolation, you know, former Ram Robert Quinn that taught Aaron Donald the ropes when he came into the league is also over there, and I'm missing him dearly. I think pairing him with Aaron would be fantastic at this point in time.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So, yeah, let's take a quick look here at the comments. So once again, thank you to everybody who's showing the love in here. So, Brandon says here, Adrian with the defensive mind here. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Jordan Fuller. Oh, my, with the fire. I love that. Little flame. Adam, I feel for you. Yeah, this to me tonight is going to be my kind of football game, you guys. I really feel it's going to be a low-scoring defensive struggle. These defenses are going to go to work, and honestly, I feel like whatever offense is going to, you know, whichever offense can pull it together and be like, hey, look, we got to score regardless of who's in front of us. That's what's going to be, because these defenses are both very talented. So I'm very excited, you guys. These are two of the best defenses in the league, and I respect both of your teams so much. I can literally say I'm a low-key Bears and Rams fan after the last couple of years because I love watching great defenses. No shade on the offense. Like I'm saying, those defenses are very, very good. So with that said, let's go ahead and move it on now into the fire round. So first round is over. The fire round, you guys can talk a little crap. This one's fun. I love doing this one, man. So we talk about weaknesses. Of course, what's the weakness on the other team that you feel your team can expose to win this thing here tonight? So, starting off once again with Adam, what are the weaknesses on the Rams that the Bears can expose to win? What do you think?
Well, Adrian, you mentioned that Jalen Ramsey highlight from last year of Darnell Mooney absolutely owning him on a double move. Yes, the ball was completely overthrown. But I tell you what, no matter what we say about that play, That is in Ramsey's head. How do I know this? He would not shut up about that play on social media, talking, oh, you Darnell, you beat me one time. Oh, yeah, you're going to do that again? That is in his head. So if Mooney's able to beat him again fairly early in the game, Ramsey, he could go on full tilt. That could be an issue there. For an X's and O's standpoint, for a weakness that the Bears can exploit, offensive line having some weakness there a little bit for the Rams. Let's see if the Bears can take advantage of that. And then also, with this being week 1, that could potentially be an advantage for the Bears. Stafford is brand new to this offense. He may not be at 100% comfortable with it like he would if this game were being played in week 6, 7, 8, somewhere further down the road. The Bears are familiar with Stafford. Stafford has 20 career starts against the Bears. He's thrown 23 picks in those 20 starts. The Bears know how to take the ball away from him. They know his tendencies. They know what he likes to do, how he likes to throw the ball, where he likes to go. They're familiar with this offense, with the Sean McVay offense. We'll find out. The Bears might be as familiar with this offense as Stafford is right now. So that could be a serious factor in the Bears' favor tonight. For the Bears, on offense, if they can mix and match and not be too reliant on any one guy on offense, that can help put the Rams defense on their heels a little bit. Those are some ways that the Bears can try to move the ball against this tough Rams defense.
Well, I'll tell you right now, great stuff there. I love it. So this is where we get to have a little fun. Of course, we got back and forth. Adrian sat there and took Adam, of course, saying a few things. So now you get to retaliate a little bit, Adrian. So go ahead and tell Adam, okay, you know what? Okay, that makes sense. That's a good. Those are good weaknesses to try to expose because, well, you got a point. Or Adam, you're delusional, brother. That's not going to happen. Stop it. So, of course, give your opinion, Adrian, on Adam's weaknesses for your Rams, and then follow it by this question: what are the weaknesses on the Bears that the Rams can expose to win tonight?
Well, based on Adam's takes, I agree with the offensive line. The offensive line is going to be questionable more on that right side from the center moving over to the right side of our line. That is a problem spot, and that just happens to be the area that Khalil Mack loves to kind of abuse a little bit. So those guys are going to be thrown into the fire really, really early. So I think if there is going to be a weakness on our line, Khalil Mack will find it on that side tonight. So I agree with there. And then, if Adam is excited for Darnell Mooney to get out there and go tonight and to win one battle against Jalen Ramsey tonight, cool. If he wins one play, I'll let you have it, Adam. You guys can have one play. We'll take the rest of them. So, if that, like I said, if that's all we're aspiring for, I hope this pass will be completed this time. That's all I got to say about your advantages there. In terms of weaknesses that I think the Rams can expose tonight, man, I was looking at the final injury report that came out before the game today. There are a lot of Bears defensive players that are questionable tonight. Only one has officially been ruled out, and that's Eddie Goldman. But Khalil Mack continues to, have that lingering groin issue. Robert Quinn, his back that has been a problem for him for so many years, continues to be an issue. If these guys cannot play, a complete 60 minutes, that is going to be a problem. It's going to be a long night for this Bears defense, especially for a Rams attack that is going to get very, very vertical with Desean Jackson, Robert Woods that's going to be coming across the middle, Cooper Kupp, who's a very reliable slot guy, very good possession receiver. And then we got Tyler Higbee as well, who's not the fastest tight end in the world, but he's got great hands. And I guess we're going to see Sony Michel. He's been cleared to play today. So we're going to see what he looks like in Sean McVay's offense. I expect Darrell Henderson to get the ball and start running that. But like I said, having the Rams take advantage of this defense that is already, it seems to be a little bit banged up going into the season, I think is going to be to our advantage. And like I said, the whole offensive line is a weakness when you have Aaron Donald. We're going to eat up about 2 to 3 linemen, just him alone. So I'm very, very excited to see how that goes. And then, like I said, Andy Dalton is also, I think, a weakness. And you can blame it on Andy or you can blame it on Coach Nagy. Just as a football fan, not even as a Rams fan, I have no idea what Nagy is thinking rolling Andy Dalton out there. Maybe he's trying to protect Justin Fields from Aaron Donald. I don't know. I say put the young man out there. Let's see what he's got. But if we're going to be, if all things are fair in love and war, right, and we're going to talk quarterbacks for a second, Andy Dalton and Matt Stafford have the same amount of success when it comes to the postseason. And other than that, the other two quarterbacks on each roster, Nick Foles has the most success out of anybody, out of the 6 quarterbacks on any of these rosters. So if Nick Foles is the guy with the most success, I don't think a quarterback is going to be a strong point for the Bears at all tonight either. So I expect a lot of points scored tonight, even though it's early in the season. I got the Rams putting up at least 35. I think we hold the Bears under 17.
Whoa! Yeah. You can really add some more to this comment here, Brandon. Larry's facial expressions to the jabs is golden. Yeah, because that, whoa, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. I mean, Adrian's going all in. All right, Adam. Well, now you get your chance before we get into the lightning round. And now you get your chance to tell Adrian, okay, you know what? You make sense. Actually, yeah. Or, dude, you're delusional. Stop it. You're not scoring that many points. What do you think, Adam? What do you think?
You brought up quarterback. You brought it up. I have no idea what Nagy is thinking either. I have literally done a show on the Dalton versus Fields debate. I so want Fields to be out there. He's not. At this point, it's Dalton. It's Dalton. We're gonna roll with him. I'd be putting Fields out there if for no other reason than he can run away from Aaron Dalton. He can run away from Aaron Donald. Andy Dalton's in danger of getting worn like a hat by the third quarter. But yeah, a lot of guys on the injury report. Eddie Goldman is right now the only guy that is out right now. It is going to be, I'm expecting it's going to be Kyrus Tonga, 7th round rookie, starting at nose tackle. We'll see what he can do. Watching some of his college tape, he's a big boy. If nothing else, he is a big boy. He might not have the skill set yet of Eddie Goldman, but he's going to require some attention from you guys. If for nothing else, he's just a hog up front. No Cam Akers for you guys is going to be interesting to see running up the gut against Tonga. It'll be interesting to see. So, side note, I have to throw a quick shout out here because I hope a buddy of mine is listening. I actually had a buddy of mine in my home fantasy league accidentally draft Cam Akers.
Oh no!
and to show just what kind of a league we play in, none of the rest of them, including his brother, pointed it out until after the pick was locked in and official.
Hey man, you got to be on your stuff, man. If you falling asleep at the wheel, I can't feel sorry for you.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was golden. It was
so
just
safe to say he won't
fantastic.
be winning the fantasy championship this year.
Safe to say he had to make an emergency free agency pickup right out of the gate.
Hopefully, no one on the Ravens.
No, nobody on the Ravens. No, that was me. I lost Dobbins later on, but anyway, that's we're getting way off. We're getting way off topic there, but yeah, speaking of, there's one of the guys from my league right in there. Good morning, Shane.
He says love from the defending champ.
Well, see, he's that's an exaggeration. He was the guy who most recently won it in the league, but that was 2 years ago. Our defending champ actually left. So anyway, getting way off topic there. Not having your starting running back is obviously going to be something for you guys. The Bears O-line is going to have its work cut out for us. Fortunately for the Bears, the interior of that line is where it is strongest. Sam Mustipher, James Daniels, Whitehair, that's where the strength of our line is. That's where Aaron Donald lives. So that should make for a good matchup. And James Daniels has had success against Aaron Donald. So there is some precedent there. We will That's going to be so much the matchup to watch is the O-line versus the D-line there for this game tonight. That's where we're going to see who's going to win or lose tonight. And hey, if Mooney makes one play against Jalen Ramsey, heck, that's one more play that I'm used to seeing. So I will absolutely take it. But that can take the top off the defense. That can open up things underneath where Allen Robinson loves to live and take care of those underneath routes. That's where Cole Kmet can operate and grow, see what our second-year tight end can do in some of those underneath routes. So Mooney doesn't have to win a ton of over-the-top routes. It only needs to be one or two, maybe three deep shots, just enough to get it in everybody's head. So, yeah, it might only be one, but, man, if it hits, it could be super effective.
Fair points, brother. Fair points.
Oh, y'all. I like it. We got some funny stuff in the chat room. My goodness. Apparently, the defending champ is in the house. Everybody, Mr. Shane Ross. So we got Donga.
Oh, don't stroke that ego, Larry. Do not stroke that ego.
Oh no. Oh boy. Well, we got Donga listening in at 325. That's some beef. Yeah, that's a big boy.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's gonna be eating a lot of stuff in the middle.
Big dude, man. Of course, I love it, man. Gets lots of love and passion from you guys. Justin, I think this is a great face-off. Plenty of great points. I love the passion, and I love the passive-aggressive nature. And of course, oh my gosh, and Brandon, they're not making it easy on us judges. Yeah, gentlemen, you guys are doing amazing. I'm loving it because this is a respectful yet competitive, gets fun and gets full of lots of stuff. These things can go so different. Adam, I think you've been a part of a few of these. Adrian, I hope you're a part of so many more of these. These things can get really ugly to where it gets like nasty. Like I have to be like, hey, whoa, hey, back to the face off. They start talking about like, I mean, the only thing I haven't heard about is mamas in here. That's one thing. I haven't heard of. I mean, these guys like sometimes, especially when you get like, oh my gosh, a couple of years ago, I forgot who it was, but it was a rivalry. Oh my goodness. Like I messed up one year when I used to do this off StreamYard. I used to do it online. I messed up one year doing a college version of this. I had an Ohio State fan versus a Michigan fan.
Yeah, no, there's no love between us.
Oh my goodness.
Larry, there's a reason they call that the game.
The game, exactly. Are you a fan of one of those there, Adrian?
Yeah, Michigan. I enjoyed watching the Ducks take down Ohio State. Now that doesn't but here's the thing, right? I'm a fan of the teams and I'm a fan of Michigan Rams, but first and foremost, I'm a fan of the game of football first. So I gotta be real with you. I'm watching Michigan last night, and I know it's off topic, but if this is the offense we're going to employ against Ohio State, we're going to get mud stomped, bro. They dragged this offense straight out of 95. Nobody is scared of that. But I do love to see Ohio State lose. I don't care who it is, too.
Yes. Amen to that. I know Justin Fields is an Ohio State alum. Okay, you're my quarterback now. I can forgive that. In general, on Saturdays, though, whoever's beating Ohio State and Penn State, they're okay in my book.
Amen.
I agree. You guys are. I'm gonna agree. But how about my Trojans? I started losing to Stanford. Yeah, Stanford lost to State last week, and we got beat. Yeah, USC. My hope
that hasn't happened since Andrew Luck was a quarterback. Yeah,
I think so. So all the hopes I had for the Trojans are out the window now. So now I'm just like, wow, okay, Raiders. Tomorrow, if we get destroyed, it's like, well, okay, they're okay. Football season, okay, bye. Like, you know what I mean? So
we're gonna check out early on this one.
Yeah, exactly. So straight up, man, not very fun. But I've always said, man, I would watch an arm wrestling match between Ohio State and Michigan. I don't care, man, because that is ugly. I remember hearing one time Seth Eves, of course, talking about a USRN. He, of course, called a game one time. Of the game on USRN, and it was amazing. I love it. He was bringing up some old school stuff, talking about Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler. And I remember one time he said that when Woody Hayes scored a touchdown, he went for 2, and they were already up big or whatever. I forgot what it was, but they asked him in the post game, I guess, why did you go for 2? He says, because I couldn't go for 3.
Hey, you got to respect it, man. There's a lot of passion between these two. Like I said, I'm a huge Michigan fan, so much so that James Laurinaitis, who was a linebacker for my Rams when we were in St. Louis, probably one of our leading tacklers all time. As good as he was, I refused to buy his jersey just because he is an Ohio State alum. And like I said, such a dedicated Michigan fan that even though he has personally handed us our last 2 Super Bowl losses, I wear my Tom Brady jersey proudly because he's Michigan's finest. So, a lot of conflicts of interest here.
I love it. Yeah, real quick about the college game. Yeah, Michigan. I didn't even really see that game last night. Of course, I was.
You didn't miss nothing.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. Because Washington was pretty pissed off about losing to the Grizzlies, of course, Montana FCS week before. Northwestern. Well, we're not talking about Northwestern. Sorry.
I didn't watch on purpose. I knew better.
Was it a murder? Was it bad?
I'd have to look, but I can't imagine it was all that great. So,
seeing the Ducks, I didn't see it, but my goodness, the Ducks nearly lost to Fresno State. No shade on Fresno State; they're a good football team, but they're ranked high. Okay, the Ducks are like freaking top 10, I think, and nearly lost to Fresno State last week, and then they freaking take out Ohio State to yesterday. I'm just.
And they left the little rubber duck in the middle of the O at center field.
I saw that. That was outstanding.
The pettiness, I love it.
No, they did. Okay, I gotta see that highlight.
It was like what my daughter plays with in the bathtub. That size of a rubber duck just planted right in the middle of the O at Ohio State. It was beautiful.
I don't know what's worse, that or T.O. going to the middle of the star and doing this. Remember?
we love that too.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Northwestern put the beat down on us. So they had Indiana State. It was Illinois that was getting its butts kicked in, but that's par for the course for Illinois.
But with that said, gentlemen, let's go ahead and roll on here. We have Michael saying, how about my Knowles losing to Jacksonville State on a last-second TD? High-level scrubs, State. Jacksonville State is an FCS freaking. The FCS schools are coming to play this year, man. I love it. Hey, what about Kansas fans storming the field after they beat South Dakota last week? No, they were. Yeah,
weird flex, but go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Flex it when you can.
I mean, right? I hate to say it, but that's an FCS school. I hate to say it, but that's probably like one of the only victories the Jayhawks are going to get this year. So storm the field all you can, guys. So with that said, y'all, let's see. Dan Ross, Ohio State lose, and any Adam Karnik loss in fantasy football. Perfect weekend. Oh my God.
Man, Shane, I don't know you, but you're growing on me, brother.
I love this. Brandon says here, I'm blown away that my buddy's Ducks defeated the Bucks. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Back on topic. I know. Thank you, Mike, for coming to regulate, man. We can get a little crazy sometimes. So, up to the lightning round, y'all. We're moving on to the final game, the final segment here, talking about game plans. So this one is all in all. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, head on over to 3 and Out at IESR at 3 and Out IESR. Cast your vote for who you think is going to win tonight's game. The voting poll results will be right here. Of course, that's not going to be the results, of course, of this face-off. That's going to be right here. So get your final votes in, of course, as the clock is rolling down, I'm sure, for that. Let's get into this lightning round. So first things first, we're talking about the game plan. So, gentlemen, all I want to hear is, if you've already gotten to it, you dabbled into it just a little bit, but I want it full on. What must your team do tonight to earn a victory? It's very simple. We're going to go back and forth because how we did. We're going to start with Adam, the away team. Then we're going to go to Adrian. Adrian's going to give his thoughts on Adam's game plan. Then Adrian's going to give his game plan. Then Adam's going to give his thoughts on Adrian's game plan. And then that is going to be it. We're going to have a few seconds here of just the calm before the storm. Well, the storm is already here. And then we're going to go ahead and get the winner. So we're going to get the voting winner first, and then the winner here. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not followed either of these guys on Twitter, please do so right here, y'all. At Adam Karnik, at AC the GB, it's GDB. So great stuff there, y'all. Show some love, man. And there we go. So in the lightning round, Mr. Adam Karnik, start us off, brother. What is your game plan for the Bears to beat the Rams?
It's got to be low scoring. Got to keep the score down. You got to keep it, in that 20 to 24 to 17 kind of point range. Got to keep it low scoring. Got to get to Stafford, knock him off his spots, force him to throw off rhythm, the things that the way they've beaten Stafford in the past. So lots of Khalil Mack, talked about somebody besides Mack in that pass rushing level coming in. Secondary's going to be taxed tonight. Eddie Jackson, Jalen Johnson. Whoever's doing the second corner spot, Kendall Vildor is going to get the start tonight in that second spot. Whoever's playing nickel, the Bears have been very coy about who's playing nickel corner tonight. Those guys have got to be on their games tonight. Keep this low scoring. Get to Stafford. That's going to be the big thing defensively. Offensively, get the ball out quickly. Be committed to the running game if you're Matt Nagy. Nagy always talks before and after the game about being committed to the run. He famously one time said, I know I'm not an idiot. I know we have to run the ball. He's got to show it on the field. You got to stay committed to the run game. A 2 or 3 yard run in the first quarter turns into a 6, 7, 8 yard run in the fourth quarter if you stick with it. Get David Montgomery the ball. Get him involved. Take a couple of deep shots where you're able with Mooney. We talked about that with Jalen Ramsey. Mooney and Ramsey have a back and forth. Let's see if Mooney can beat Ramsey. And if he does, take a couple deep shots, even if they don't necessarily hit. I'm seeing that. Bears for the upset. It's not impossible. Take some deep shots, even if they don't necessarily hit. It puts it in the defense's mind. Obviously, it always works better if it does hit. I'd always rather have a 50-yard gain than a miss on a 50-yard incompletion. But if you can hit on 1 or 2 of those, take the lid off the defense a little bit. That'll open things up for Allen Robinson underneath. That'll open things up for Cole Kmet and Jimmy Graham underneath. Mix the ball around. Be willing to just mix and match with your targets. This game is winnable for the Bears. You just have to have a game plan that doesn't involve Andy Dalton scrambling for his life, and have a defensive game plan that involves attacking Stafford. New defensive coordinator for the Rams. We'll see where that comes from. Brandon Stokely, I'm glad he did great for you guys in LA. He was from the Bears staff originally at one point. I love seeing him. He's a great coach. Now let's see what Raheem Morris can do. I fear that's a step down for the Rams. So we'll see what happens as a result of that. Let's see if the Bears can take advantage of potentially some holes in a defense that's learning a little bit of a new system. The Bears have a new defensive coordinator too, trying to get back to some things that Vic Fangio was doing a couple of years ago. Let's see how that plays out. Bears defensive coordinator Sean Desai's got his freaking doctorate. You know he's smart. He's a guy that can hopefully put together a good game plan. We'll see what comes up. If the Bears are winning tonight, you're going to see a score in that 24-17 range. If it gets bad, that's when we're talking what Adrian was saying, where it's at 35-13. That's where things get ugly. If the Rams are putting up 30+ points, it's going to be a hard time for the Bears to keep up. I don't know, Shane. I don't know. I don't know. You got to vote for me, I think.
This is like, he's asking, like, how do I take a vote away? Like, I'll vote, but my vote will count for taking out somebody else's vote for Adam. So, like, that's cold-blooded. Man, Shane must really have it out for you in fantasy football or something.
You hurt this man bad.
Worst part, dude is in my wedding, too. That's just there's just no helping here.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to move it on here. Okay. Well, you know the drill already, Adrian. Tell us what you think about Adam's game plan. Let us know if you think he's delusional or he has at least a good game plan. Talk about anything he said, even the final score. Even this comment here. We got to love this comment. Bimo Flocka, Ravens fan, by the way. He was the first judge in our Primetime face-off on Thursday night. Might want to give him a little comment there, just saying, I don't know, your thoughts on it. And then, of course, give us your thoughts, of course, for your game plan for the Rams to beat the Bears. Adrian, the floor is yours.
Well, I'm going to address BMO real quick because Stafford being overrated, he was in a terrible system in Detroit, and you could say that he's overrated, but I find it funny that the people that say that Stafford is overrated are the same people that are praising Kyle Shanahan and think that he's a genius. And even Kyle Shanahan has publicly been on air with Peter Schrager and Sean McVay saying that he was pissed off that he didn't get him. So he wanted to. So if all of these offensive geniuses are seeing something in him, he can't be that overrated. And if he's overrated, Andy Dalton isn't rated. So advantage us. In terms of Adam's game plan, I think here's the thing, Adam. I don't know you, but I know you know football, man, and get the game plan of Andy Dalton getting the ball out of his hands quickly. That is exactly how you beat this Rams pass rush, especially when you have Aaron Donald. Our secondary is still young; they're still coming together. Darius Williams, Jalen Ramsey, they're a lot more seasoned than most people want to give them credit for. But if you're getting the ball out, I think we've seen that these last 4 years with Sean McVay at the helm, he struggles with teams that get the ball out of their hands quickly on offense. So hopefully he's found something to counteract that. And then, like I said, defensively, putting pressure on Matthew Stafford, getting him off the spot. I think, I've watched quite a few Lions games, and I think you're right. He does have some ability, but when he starts getting off his spots, he starts taking unnecessary risk. And that leads to those interceptions that you were talking about that he's thrown historically against your team. So I think solid game plan on both sides of the ball, brother.
I'm sorry that you've watched so many Lions games. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
They used to be fun. They used to have a guy named Megatron there.
Yeah. He used to tick me off, all kinds of special.
Well, good stuff. So with that said, what you got, Adrian? Give us your game plan, man. How do your Rams do it tonight?
So on the defensive side of the ball, man, we absolutely have to turn this team one-dimensional. We cannot allow Damian Williams to get going and get that run game going. I don't think Tariq Cohen is good to go tonight. Adam, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's still dealing with his ACL. Yeah, you're right. Anybody that has Megatron should have done that, but whatever. But anyway, I think we have to make them one-dimensional, man. We have to make it one-dimensional, and even more importantly than that, somebody on that defensive line whose name is not Aaron Donald has to get home. Somebody else has to do their job. If Aaron Donald is going to eat up 2 to 3 blocks, a play, somebody else has to get home. Sebastian Joseph Day, Terrell Lewis, rookie Michael Hawk, Ashawn Robinson. I'm looking at you guys. You guys got to get home. You got to make Andy Dalton very, very uncomfortable, because I think if you start hitting Andy Dalton, a quarterback that is already mediocre is not going to suddenly get better. So keep everything in front of you. Don't let them get behind us on the defense. And like I said, make this team one-dimensional so we can really pin our ears back and let our secondary work like we know. Offensively, we've got to maintain the balanced game. We cannot become one-dimensional either. I know Sean McVay has proven that he's fallen in love with quarterbacks with Jared Goff when we had prime Todd Gurley, and just throws an unnecessary amount of times. If you really, really believe that Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel are going to be able to carry this team, I'd like to see some balance. Run it outside the numbers, because like Adam said, that center of their defensive line is going to be their strong point. We've got to be able to get the ball out on the edge and get it to those corners. And then we've got to take shots down the field. This team has been too passive the last few years, and there's been too many third and screen plays. We really need to start seeing some shots, 9 to 10 yards. So if the Rams are going to want to get this Bears team out of here, they're going to have to be aggressive and attack down the field. Utilize Robert Woods, utilize Desean Jackson, utilize Cooper Kupp, and utilize the rookie Jacob Harris, who is going to be a mismatch for people. We'll see how he's transitioning from wide receiver to the tight end spot, but this is a 6'5" guy that's got wide receiver speed. So like I said, early and often, pound the ball, get it on the outside, throw deep on these guys. And for God's sake, can we please score touchdowns on 3rd and goal? Oh, Southside, 24-21. Hey, BMO, I love it, man. I love it. Don't worry about it. We're at home. We're under the lights at SoFi. I'm gonna make sure that you're entertained tonight, brother. We're gonna give you the 21 points and then some. Go ahead and throw 14 more on there for us.
Hey, Adrian, I'm just saying, tomorrow night, we're gonna have Scott Scholl in the house representing the Ravens, but we might have 2-on-2 tomorrow. And if BMO Flocka's up in here, you might want to be a judge tomorrow evening. I'm just saying, if you have the time, I'm just saying.
Yeah, man, I might have to stop by and be a judge, if nothing else, just for the comment section. I might have to come through. Given the Ravens' recent spat of bad luck, I know they still got Lamar Jackson, but I'm liking the Raiders tomorrow.
Thank you so much for the confidence. Thank you. Says a very pissed off Raider fan right here. Anyway, with that said, explain. But all right, brother. Well, let's see here. We have Michael saying, Mike Pat in the chat room saying Matt Stafford's arm plus the speed of those receivers. There should be shots.
You would think so, Mike. You would think so.
I would agree with that, absolutely. So, with that said, Adam, to wrap it on up here, man, give us your thoughts here on Mr. Adrian's game plan. Let him know, hey, that was actually pretty legit, or you're delusional. I just use that word all the time. But what do you think? Of course, you guys, I love it. Good, respectful matchup here. Adam, what you got for him, man?
Yeah, Tariq Cohen is not going to be active for tonight. I believe he is on the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list. So he's out till at least week 6. Unofficially, he had a second follow-up procedure done on that knee. Not that the Bears want to officially admit that, because apparently, like, the sky will collapse if they are forthright with information about players being hurt or not. But anyway, that's getting way off topic. So yeah, no Tariq Cohen tonight for the Bears. The shots should absolutely be there. You and Mike are both absolutely right on that. Hopefully Eddie Jackson playing center field can knock some of those down, would be the response there. But yeah, absolutely. There should be some shots there. I love how you're saying the same thing I am with Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack, that second guy, there needs to be a second guy to take advantage of the fact that somebody's going to be up there just demanding the double and triple teams. That is so right. That there's got to be somebody else for the defense to step up. I forgot that you guys had Ashawn Robinson. You're collecting former Lions here. I'm not sure
Leonard
whether
Floyd.
or not that's a former Bear for me.
Former Bear, yeah.
I'm so happy that Floyd did well. I guess I think. But no, good for him that he's found a home there in LA. It was not for lack of effort that things didn't work out there in Chicago. But yeah, you guys like collecting people from the NFC North. I forgot about Ashawn Robinson, something there. But yeah, overall, it's a sound play. We're just going to see who's able to execute their plan. But yeah, absolutely, it all makes sense. It's all going to play out for us in front.
There we go, Shane. What I'm talking about.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Oh my goodness. He's an 0-1 Adam. I'm sorry.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Get this man the belt already. Get him the championship already.
Larry, if Shane had a legit team that he rooted for, not just whoever against me, you'd have to have him on here. But he bounces around with his fandom. His favorite team is whoever's beating my Bears. So,
oh my gosh, I love it. All right, I have to read in the private DMs right now talking about the winner of this. I love it right now. I just popped down on the Twitter feed right now. But Mike said, "Can we all agree that Shane won?"
Yeah. Yeah, don't stroke that ego. Oh,
no. Well, gentlemen, it has been fun. And I'll tell you right now, okay, this is awesome, guys. This was fun. I'll tell you right now, this is exactly what these face-offs should be. I really love the fact that you guys were here today. You brought it. You guys I hope you guys have fun tonight or this morning. What y'all think?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Definitely, brother.
I'm so glad. I really think this is just, that was awesome. And I'm really, really, really happy that you guys were here today. We're getting the scorecards together right now. So
Adrian, real quick, did I see on your Twitter that you're a Rams fan, but you're a White Sox fan and a Bulls fan?
Yes, sir.
All right. So while they're doing the scorecard real quick, let the judges count. Give me the history there. How do you be a Rams fan and a Bulls fan and a White Sox fan? The Bulls, I have an idea, but give me the story here.
So, man, I grew up military, so we were bouncing all over the place. So I have no hometown allegiance. How I pick my teams is I attach myself to a player, and after that player leaves, I'm stuck with the team. So Rams, saw Marshall Faulk, fell in love with him. Just happened to be greatest show on turf era. So I've been here ever since. It's been pretty much a lot of misery since about 2001, 2002 until Sean McVay came into my life. And Bulls, it's Michael Jordan. Enough said. Greatest to ever do it. Okay, I don't see how I could switch up and become a fan of any other team. I'm awaiting the day when we are relevant again. And then the Chicago White Sox, man, it's gonna sound super super cheesy because I didn't really become a White Sox fan, like start actually paying attention until a few years later. But it was just because that was the team that Mike ended up suiting up for his MLB debut. And I said, man, if Mike is going to play for them, then I'm rocking with him. But I was a big fan of Paul Konerko back in the day. So I really enjoyed that. We had I think our run was 2006 was the last time that we saw this series.
2005.
2005, yeah, 2005, man. So it's been a long, frustrating time. We're playing good though. I love Tim Anderson this season. Love him. Love Tim Anderson this season.
They are. I had my baseball fan. That Michael Jordan was my guest, by the way, with the Bulls.
How can you not be?
Just anybody that watched NBA in the mid '90s just became a Bulls fan. It's just
unless you were stationed in New York, then you passionately hated them.
Right. Yeah. Unless you were one of those unfortunate Knicks or Pistons fans, but my baseball fandom is kind of teetered. I went to a White Sox game before I went to a Cubs game, so I had a thing for the Sox for a long time. Then I went to college just outside of the city of Chicago. I'm originally a Michigan guy originally, but Southwest Michigan, so way closer to Chicago than Detroit. So watched all the Chicago sports growing up. Bears fan, obviously, growing up. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, again, don't stroke that ego. Man went out and bought his own fantasy championship ring after he won 2 years ago too.
He said he needed the drip, man.
He then brought it to my house to show it off. But so I went to a Sox game before I ever went to a Cubs game. Then went to college just outside of the city. And what I learned was unless you are passionately a White Sox fan or just passionately not a baseball fan, you become a Cubs. You just kind of become a Cubs guy. It just kind of happens. So I became more and more of a Cubs fan, but it has been fun watching the Sox this season. They're just bringing fun to the South Side, winning games, and I am looking forward to watching them this postseason and seeing how far they're going to. I think they're going to be representing the AL in the World Series this year.
Man, I hope so, man. I tell you, probably my favorite moment from this season so far was that Field of Dreams game against the Yankees, man. Oh, my God. One, beautiful setting. And two, any day the Yankees lose is a great day. And when it comes at the hands of my team, an even better day. BMO, man, I'm sorry about your Orioles, man.
Yeah, that's rough.
We'll avoid the baseball. We'll save that for the face-off MLB next season.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, gentlemen, I'm loving the talk. It was awesome, and I really got to say that was great. I really enjoyed you guys being here today, and that was just so much fun. And yeah, you guys, that was great. So here we go. Let's go and get to the face-off first. And by the way, by everybody in the comments, man, this has been such a fun one. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, Mike saying, "Oh, those damn Orioles." Yeah, well, these two are both in the DMV, by the way. So
right.
And then chill, Michael, chill. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, off to the Final Four, the Primetime Face-Off. This was fun. Definitely not easy on the judges. They were telling me right now, definitely. But thank you for a little banter at the end. I'm going to have to add another segment to do this, where everybody talks at the end so I can tally up everything, because I don't look like an idiot just sitting here waiting, have everybody waiting. So Shane says here, someone ask Adam how I brought the ring to his house. Gosh. Okay, real quick, please.
Story time.
Oh, he comes over, knocks on the door. Hey, I got this package. I think it was supposed to be for you. Would you mind opening it up and taking a look?
Oh,
Opens it up. I kid you not. It's a ring that let me get my finger up here on the camera. It sits like an inch above his finger. Just rock it out. Now it's like a $20. He didn't go to Jostens or anything like that for this thing, but still, this thing is like you know the card game Egyptian Rat Screw where you have to smack. Yeah, you'd be thrown out of the game for wearing this ring into it. I mean, it is massive. It's got his name. It's got the year. Oh yeah, it's this whole thing.
Shane, you're a class act all the way.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have the final votes of the voting poll. Thank you all so very much for voting. It was only 11 of you, but thank you. I know I put it up late. That's why I put it up this morning at like 4 over here on the West Coast. So I know not a lot of you voted, but for the 11 who voted, thank you very much. And unanimously, ladies and gentlemen, this is our first unanimous decision of the primetime face-off. The first 100%. 100% of you on the voting polls are taking the Rams to win tonight. My goodness, 11 out of are taking the Rams to win in the game. So the fans are going to be picking them. But it is now time to get into who won the face-off. Ladies and gentlemen, our first judge, Mr. Justin Ekstrom, out of Minnesota, a Minnesota Vikings fan, scores.
Oh, then he should give it to me just because of that.
Oh no, I know. Scores this bout. Round 1, 9-8, Adam. Round 2, 9-8.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
the suspense.
Gotta love the suspense. I'm sorry. Round 8, Adrian. I'm sorry. The first one was Adrian. My apologies. I screwed that one up. So, round 1, Adrian will have me fix this here. Round 1, 9-8, Adrian. Round 2, 9-8, Adam.
There we go.
And round number 3, 10-9, Adrian.
Hey, look, man. Hey, Adam, Larry, I appreciate you both, brother. Let's see if we can. Hey, Rams, listen. Sean McVay, listen to me. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3 today, baby. We won in the fan poll. We won on the face-off. Let's go ahead and get it done where it matters tonight.
Wait a minute. We got 2 more though.
Oh yeah, that was just one judge. Oh man,
we got 2 more. All
right, let's go then.
All right. We got 2 more. So next scorecard. So
the pregnant pause confused me.
Sorry about that. First scorecard is over. Second scorecard, Mike Pat out of the DMV. I'm North Carolina now, but DMV fan supporter. He, of course, is a Washington football team fan.
Hey, I picked him for the division this year.
I did too. I felt bad doing it, but
Mike's scorecard goes as follow. Round 1, Adrian. Round 2, Adam.
Hey.
Round 3, Mike is taking. Wait a minute. Let me fill it in.
I feel like we got a little preview there.
Adrian!
Hey!
That said, Brandon's scorecard didn't even matter, but his scorecard was Adrian, actually.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Brandon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, almost unanimous here. Great stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I want to make sure I got his actually. Yeah, that was pretty much it, but absolutely awesome. So you had one person for you here, Brandon, but at the end of the day, Adrian had it. So today's primetime face-off winner, he's 1-0 here on 3 and Out. Adrian, all the way from the Rockies, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff. Adrian, we got to have the press conference now with the winner. How you feel, man? You're 1-0 on 3 and Out. Your team unanimously won the voting poll. I mean, how you feeling right now, man? 1-0.
I mean, I feel great, man. But we'll feel even better when we get it done tonight. Man, shout out to Adam, bro. He's easily the most respectful Bear fan that I've ever come across. Not only that, this is a guy that actually knows football. So I always appreciate when we're actually arguing facts instead of just emotion. So you definitely gained a new fan. I'll be tuning into the podcast just to listen to you talk, brother. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Adrian. I had a blast doing this back and forth with you too. This was fun. I like doing the facts back and forth. I saved the emotion for during the game at the television.
Oh yeah, no, there's gonna be nothing pretty. I got to put my kids like in a whole nother room because they just babies. They're 5 and 2, and the language isn't rated G.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And my bad, you guys. I should have done this where I went Justin, Scorecard, Brandon, then Mike. That's just the order I got them in here. My apologies. I was getting everything together last minute, but that would have been more of a suspenseful one. But regardless, great stuff there. The winner. Adam, any last comments, thoughts, words, anything for today?
Adrian, this was an absolute blast, man. I love doing this with you. This was fun. We're gonna. You've got a new follower on Twitter. As soon as I get back to my phone after this, you got a new follower. This was fun.
I'm loving it. And by the way, you guys, Brandon's a Patriots fan, by the way. So I'm just saying. So we had a Viking, a Patriot, and a Washington fan all
okay. Pretty unbiased. We like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
We like that. Hey, Adam, I'll be making sure that you follow back. Larry, I hope you don't mind. Let me plug real quick. If you guys enjoyed listening to my voice, if you didn't think I was too annoying, you like my football takes and you want to hear more football takes, please come and check me and my brothers out on the Touchdown with Doug Smith podcast. You can catch him at Touchdown Doug. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Touchdown with Doug Smith. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Please go check him out. I mean, my goodness, I want to make sure I give you guys the plugs, but Adrian, I love it, man. I'm glad you were able to throw that in there, brother. Definitely check that out because Adrian knows his stuff. All of us here today knows that both these men certainly do. So big ups. Justin Ekstrom here, Vikings fan, says, you were both amazing. Brandon, congratulations, guys. No matter the winner, you both made it hard for us judges. Justin, future guests, take notes. This is how it should go. Nothing but love across the board. Actually, I completely agree. And then Shane is very irritated because he said he got robbed. So
he'll get over it.
He'll get over it. I'm sure that he'll find a championship ring for this one too.
I love it. I was gonna say we should get Shane on here, but he doesn't have a team, you guys.
Yeah. He needs to actually consistently pick a team first.
Absolutely. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Primetime Face-Off number 1 of Sunday Night Football is officially in the books. This was absolutely amazing. Really enjoyed this here today, you guys. That is going to do it for you two. I still got to give my final weigh in, but I appreciate you guys. Ain't a football Sunday without someone getting robbed. Yeah. My goodness. Yeah. 2001. Yeah, 2001 playoffs. Raiders got robbed, Brandon. Anyway, it was a fumble. With that said, I'm sorry. I'm going to go with that forever. I'm sorry.
Hey, Tom has even admitted that it was a fumble. He sat down with Charles Woodson and he said as much.
Yeah. And I love it because he was smiling too, like it was a fumble. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Tom, 2 Michigan Wolverines there going to battle against each other, but and I'm sure Adrian's loving all of this. So with that said, gentlemen, I thank you so much for being here today. Adam, any of course you want to give your plug, man?
Oh yeah. I am right here on IE Sports Radio. I handle the Chi-Town Weekly podcast. Right now I am Wednesday nights, 9 Central, 10 in the East, 7 out in the West. Just talking all things, of course, all things Bears, but going to be talking the White Sox are going to stay in the conversation for the next month and a half. I throw in some Cubs talk when, they have to. Blackhawks, I love talking Blackhawks. I'm diving more into the sky too. So all things Chicago sports, I try to keep up on it and have some fun like this. I love having guests on. I just actually started using Twitter Spaces this past week with a guest I had. I had a buddy of mine who's a beat reporter for the Bears on. We used Twitter Spaces. Oh my gosh, did that work great. I will definitely be doing that. Bears fans, you want to tune in. I'm probably going to be starting a segment here to just open it up to you, the fans, to chime in. Thanks to Twitter Spaces, you'll be able to easily just talk right there on the show, kind of treat it like a radio call-in. So definitely tune into that. Going to be opening things up to the fans.
I'm loving it, man. So with that said, my final verdict, I'll do this one with both these guys. Usually I have them both leave, and then I'll give my final verdict. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, of course, give these two guys a follow. Show them some love. Once again, I'll throw this up here right now while I give my final verdict. Please give them both a follow. Show them some love. Check out all their podcasts. Great things they do, man. I'm so excited. But at the end of the day, I'll make this short and sweet. The Bears having a nasty defense, and I love what they got going on. I really enjoy it. I want to see them play ball. I'm just really excited for what they got. They have one hell of a team, and there's no doubt about it. However, Fields would be a good player to start. No shade on Andy Dalton. My apologies, but I do believe they need to start this young man soon. If Andy Dalton starts fizzling, I'm sorry, but he had his time. He had many, 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 many years to show that he was elite. He's shown that he's decent. He's good enough to start in the NFL. And it's funny because I remember having a quick conversation. I'm not going to take not a lot of time with this, but one of my good friends, Clayton, cool guy, but I've known at the gym. He was telling me about fantasy and his fantasy draft nearly about 2 weeks ago. And it's funny because we always talk about, I bring up, that nobody sucks in the NFL. No matter what, no one actually does suck. You're just, there's some guys better than others, some teams better than others. And it's funny because I was like, it's kind of like on a god level. They're all gods, but some are weaker. And it's funny because he brought up Loki. He's like, yeah, he's kind of like Loki. He's a god, but he's like a lesser god, so it's kind of how it goes. They're all gods on that field in football. It's just some are better than others, some are stronger than others. So, but with that said, you guys, tonight is going to be quite the battle. But at the end of the day, you guys, I feel like right now, the lack of a little bit of offense from the Bears is going to get me. And I really feel like tonight that defense for the Rams is really going to step up. And I think this offense can get it. I want to see Justin Fields in there at some point because I think he's going to make something happen. I'm not trying to say Andy Dalton's not going to make something happen because he could surprise us all. But as that stands right now, I'm going 21-17 Rams to win tonight. My apologies, Adam, but I'm just saying I think they just got a slight edge. And they could surprise us all tonight. Now, what I don't like is BMO Flocka talking crap and you're talking about they're going to destroy the Rams. This is not cool. This is unacceptable, okay? But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. You two stay on for just a quick minute, man. I just want to give the proper goodbyes and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today. That is going to do it. We're going to finish up with this one tomorrow. Join us 4 p.m. Pacific time. 7 p.m. Eastern for tomorrow's Primetime Face-Off. Ravens and Raiders getting down in the desert. Should be a good one, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.